I love Jersey. However, there are things that I'm learning, and I'm not so sure if I do love it any longer. So Saturday, we get back from SummerSlam. Hoff and I went. Hoff brought his kid, and Mitch in Fort Lee. You know, Mitch drove me home from there, whatever. It took Hoff, so always have fun hanging out with Mitch. Big wrestling fan, good to take him. So Mitch in Fort Lee and Hoff, they drop me off. I go inside late Saturday. It wasn't even that late, actually. I think the event ended at like 9:30, whatever it may be. Go in, okay, everybody's asleep, no big deal. Watch a little TV, go to sleep. And at some point, like I'd say 2:30 in the morning, you know how when you're dreaming, sometimes it's based off of what's going on in reality. And in my dream, I was smelling this like burnt rubber type smell, but it was uncomfortable. And whatever I was doing in my dream, I don't remember, but I remember being uncomfortable. And then I woke up and realized that this was actually a smell in the house. And now I'm freaking out because I'm like, okay, it doesn't smell like gas, but is it a leak? Is something burning? Is something going on with the HVAC system? I don't know. So like now at 2:30 in the morning, I'm panicked. I got my wife in there. I got my daughter in there. I'm worried about, I can't, it's a smell that was like inside the house that felt like I couldn't escape. It wasn't just, no, that's a weird smell. It was like, what the hell is going on in here? I go outside to see if the smell is outside. I smell it outside. And now I'm like, okay, this is a problem. What's happening here? Is there like a thing? Is this like fire from somewhere and the smoke is coming here? Is that what's going on? I go out front, didn't really smell it. And now I really don't know what to do. I go downstairs. I look to see what's going on. I unplug the toaster oven. That's always a thing. I'm like, yeah, don't really see any fires. Don't see any sparks. I'm not really, like the smell is here, but I'm not really able to put my finger on it, where it is or where it's coming from. So I called the cops because I'm in a panic, right? It's 2:30 in the morning. I don't know what to do. Do I got to get my wife and kid up? Do we got to get out of the house? I don't know. Is this thing going to burn down? What the hell's going on here? And I call the cops, and they come about 10 minutes or so later, and I'm pacing now, and I got the dog on the leash, Maddox, just in case the cops get there, who the hell knows what's going on. Maddox is friendly, but I don't want him jumping on the cop. Who knows? Cops pulls the gun out and shoots Maddox. Now we get a real problem. I have no idea. Better safe than sorry, so I'll keep Maddox with me. Anyway, cop shows up, and I'm like, hey, man, thanks for coming. Do you smell that? And he's like, not really. And I'm like, no, it's here. Come on, then take him out back. And he's like, yeah, it smells a little something, but nothing. I'm like, okay, let's go inside, because that's where really it was. Walk inside, and he gives a defiant look. He's a jacked guy. Cop is probably thinking, this little knucklehead. I'm in my shorts and gym shorts and a t-shirt. I just woke up at 2:30 in the morning, and I'm like freaked out. I'm panicking. I call the cops. 2:30 in the morning. He's coming in, and then he gives me it's a skunk. Okay, all right, well, we identified the problem. Now, I'm trusting this cop's nose. Like, they said they were sent to the fire department, whatever. It's a cop. Fair enough, okay. He's trained. I Googled. He's trained to detect these things. I just wanted to make sure. And after, giving a couple sniffs throughout the course of the house, the backyard, said it's a skunk. And I'm like, all right, well, what do we do about it? And he's like, are you from around here? I'm like, well, I just moved here. I've been living here for a year or so. Why? What? It's like, you're living in the woods, man. This is like, I'm like, what? This is normal? I've never smelled this I'm 45 years old, soon to be 46. I've never in my life. The only time I smell skunks, maybe when I'm driving on the Merritt Parkway or the Hutchins Park, whatever it may be, around there, I'll smell it, coming home, and you just get that, it punches you in the face. But that's the parkway. Like, that's the woods, literal woods outside. I live in a house, not in the woods. Yeah, I get the snake. I worry about the bears. There's earthquakes now left and right in Jersey. The last thing I need is a skunk. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, it's a skunk. I'm like, okay, well, how do we fix it? It's like, dude, you live in the mountains. This happens all the time. Open up the windows. And basically that was that. And now I couldn't, and then he left, and I said, okay, thank you. And I still wasn't 100% sure that was going on. But, open up some of the windows, put the fan on. I still couldn't sleep. My wife, she's passed out. She couldn't care less. I'm like, this you can't smell. A skunk? Sticking up the whole house, that you can't smell. God forbid I have a little, gas myself. That's the biggest issue in the world. But the skunk that is destroying the house, giving me a headache, I can't sleep, that she could pass out, no problem. Snoring away. Like, go back to bed. You're waking us all up. What are you doing? I'm panicking is what I'm doing. Freaking out. I can't breathe. The skunk's killing me. Where's it coming from? Is it in the house? I don't know. I guess it wasn't. Then I texted my guys. It goes pest control. Hey, what do we do here? I got to smell the skunk in the house. It's just like open the windows, let it go out. It should be fine. And then it did dissipate throughout the course of the day, and it's fine. But hey, I didn't sign up for this. Snakes, bears, skunks, earthquakes. What the hell's going on in New Jersey? Did you feel the earthquake the other night, Dove? You heard about it.
I did, and my wife did.
And there was another one I just read before.
Yeah, I got the text from my wife that they got another aftershock.
Another one. Because she was the one who was calling you freaking out after SummerSlam.
I know, yeah.
Now, have either of you guys had the skunk problem? Have you ever smelt a skunk stinking up the house?
Of course, all the time.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Not in the house, no. Outside the house.
Yeah, okay, outside, whatever. You go outside and you're like, oh, well, wow, what's that? Inside the house, in my bedroom, it felt like the AC was pumping that skunk smell. Maybe he did, let loose near the HVAC system outside. That's what it smelled like. I had to change the filters. I shut it down for the day. I let the house breathe. And then you open the screen door because you can't have the glass, or you open the screen door, and guess what happens with that? Sammy's pressing on the screen door. Stop, Sammy, stop. And, of course, that breaks. And my wife's like, well, what do you want to do with this? What do you want me to do with this? I don't know, but I don't have the money to fix it right now, so just put it away and put the sliding glass door back. Like, it's one thing after another. I've never had in my life skunk smell up the entire house before.
No, that's a first for me. I've had the only thing that we have on our block, because a lot of people love their fire pits, so they'll be burning that stuff. And then my wife's like, is something on fire in the house? I'm like, no, it's outside. Go outside. You smell the fire.
But it smells, you could smell the smoke in the fire. Okay. This was different, dude. This was, the skunk paralyzed me. I couldn't breathe. It was awful. I wouldn't recommend it anyway. And the worst part is you don't know how to stop it. There's nothing to do. It could just happen again. And they're like, oh, you're lucky your dog didn't get sprayed with it. And I guess if the dog gets sprayed with it, then it's a real mess. Because now you got to get the smell off of him. I mean, I don't know. Maddox ever gets sprayed by a skunk, we may have to put him to bed. I mean, I don't know if there's any way to recover from that.
For a skunk smell?
Oh, I don't want to deal with that. You can't get rid of it. I don't want him in the pool, and he's going to make that dirty. You got to book these appointments months out to get him to go get a haircut and a bath. It was horrible.
I think you got to soak them in tomatoes.
I'm not cut out for living in the woods. Hey, if I wanted to go in the woods, I'd put up a tent and I'd go camping somewhere. I don't do that. I want to live in a nice house. I don't want to be bothered with snakes and the worries of bears or skunks. What is this?
Wish this house be built.
I don't know, Dove, but I thought Jersey was, it's not Montana. I'm not upstate New York in the woods, no? I mean, there are trees around, sure. And I got those vultures flying over. Those big birds, man.
Oh, the turkey vultures?
I don't know what they are, but those are big birds. I'm like, you see one and it's okay. Then I see 2, 3, 7, 8 start to swarm. My mom's like, oh, look at that. I'm like, look at that. Get Maddox. Get the hell out of here. I'm going inside. You can enjoy the pool. I want out. I don't want to mess with nature. Dude, come on. We're living in their area now? No, thank you. I'm not cut out for it. And that's what I told the guys at It Goes Pest Control. I was like, dude, I didn't sign up for this. You could say it's a nice neighborhood and all that stuff. We got to stop this. I don't want to deal with any of it. I don't want bugs or one thing. Little spiders or insects. I don't even like that. But at least that's, par for the course. Snakes, bears, skunk. Who wants to live there? Not me. BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call. We'll get back to your calls when we come back.